What's up, y'all? Heading out to, just got into Portland, Oregon a few days ago. Heading out to Mount Hood on a backpacking trip. See how this goes. What's up, y'all? Hey, it's Colin here again. Right now I'm chilling on a rock. We're having abundance talk with beers, brews, and abundance. How convenient. So really quick, I just was, we were having a discussion and I wanted to touch again on the sort of, go back to the basics of the mentality of abundance. And I think that a lot of us especially in Western society, get hung up on abundance being about money, and it's being about, like, in order to be abundant, we need finances in order to be there. It revolves around money. So that being said, abundance is so much more than that, than just money itself. And I think we kind of pigeonhole ourselves by thinking, unless we have a certain amount of money, then we're not going to be abundant, or whatever, or abundance is just about having a certain amount of money. And it's actually about, it really comes down to our shift in, like, abundance is a consciousness. It's either coming from, like I've talked about before, scarcity or abundance, like whether your dominant state is coming from that point of view. So what we were talking about is that I think a lot of us, I think the majority of our society or whatever comes from sort of a more dominant scarcity mentality, where and I think it really comes from a root of not feeling, like, deep down, sort of not being enough. So I think that on some unconscious level, a lot of us feel like we're not enough. And so we need to prove ourselves, we need to make this certain amount of money, and we need to achieve this certain things, and then we're gonna be enough. And when we're coming from there, we're coming from a scarcity mentality. So it's not an easy thing to, like, be aware of. I think a lot of people, even myself included, would be like, no, I don't think I'm not enough. Of course, look how much of enough I am. But I think on some unconscious level, like, we really need to take a look and find out, do I feel like I am enough, and do I truly love myself 100% on a very deep level? And I recently asked myself this question a few months ago, and I found out the answer was no. I didn't feel like I was enough. I was actually in a sort of a one-on-one personal development coaching session, and I really felt like that I didn't have self-love. And it was a huge breakthrough to see that and be like, wow, I was coming from a scarcity mentality, thinking that I'm not enough, because if we're coming from that if we're coming from that we're not enough, then we have to do something in order to prove that we are enough. And it sort of creates this cycle of, I need to create enough money, or I need to do a bunch of things in order to be enough. But that feeling is never going to go away. So we're never really going to get to the point where we are enough. It's not outside of ourselves. So we need to start by fully accepting where we are. And I've talked about the truth of your situation before, and accepting all parts of ourselves and how our lives are, and really having full self-love and knowing that you are enough, right where you are. And only then can we start living in an abundant state, because we have to come from there. And then when we're coming from somewhere that we're enough, then we can start sharing our gifts and our talents and being abundant of who we really are. And that actually creates a reflection of abundance, is my theory, which I'm testing out through this experiment. So anyway, thanks for watching, and that's all I've got for today. Make sure to hit subscribe below so you can keep tuned in on the abundance experiment coming in from Mount Hood. I will see you later.